It's Cyber Monday, Monday, Monday! Cyber Monday! Avoid the stores, the lines, the yelling, the pushing, the stabbing, the shooting! Stay away from the parking lots, the food courts, creepy mall Santas, and more! Don't miss the deals, the steals, the online bargains, featuring high-powered, super-fast Wi-Fi in the privacy of your own home. Cyber Monday, Monday, Monday! Be there!
The Morning Show with Mr. G and Paul Stone. The talk of the Treasure Coast. 1590 WPSL.
Yeah, and I'm looking at a Cyber Monday deal, fragrancenet.com. And we've been talking about this morning. My Burberry Touches for $23.79.
Get you a gallon or
But
two.
how do you know it's not the real stuff? It might be fake. See, that's the thing. How do I know? It says 100% authentic.
Well,
Authentic what?
could be. Exactly.
Authentic fake?
Skunk juice. Who knows?
Who knows what that is? I've never seen Burberry Touch for $23.
Get to buy you some and try it out.
You like gray flannel?
I do.
You do that one?
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen high karate on here yet.
How about? Oh, no high karate.
You remember Joop? J-O-O-P?
Yoop. No, Yoop.
Oh, it's Joop?
Yoop. Oh, that's Scandinavian.
The J is silent.
Yeah, the J is silent.
I'm looking at Nautica Blue. Don't know that. I know Yugo. How about Aramis? Now, that's another one of those sweet ones.
Old-timer, yeah.
That's sweet. Cliff Desmond. Oh, I didn't know he had his own.
Does he have his own?
Cliff's got his own cologne.
Musk of Man?
$900 a bottle. Kenneth Cole Black. I like Kenneth Cole Black. That's a nice one. Polo in the green bottle. I never heard of Space Bomb. Usher's got his own. These new school ones, I don't know.
They don't have Menons on there, huh? Men in the Skin Bracer?
They don't have Old Spice either.
Ooh,
but you know, Old Spice is making a comeback.
Well, they should.
They are, because they're marketing to the young people. They've got all these different Old Spice deodorants now, man. They're more expensive than the old school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 8:14 now. We've got a special guest, Paul.
Yes, we do. G, on Conversation Monday, we have.
There it is. That's right.
We're joined again by Wydee'a Wilson. She's the Chief Probation Officer Circuit 819 Probation and Community Intervention lady. And we're hearing this morning, Wydee'a, about Governor Scott saying the lowest juvenile arrest in more than 40 years.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. So Governor Scott issued a press release this month indicating that over a 6-year time span that juvenile arrests have declined 37% over the last 6 years.
What do you attribute the dramatic decrease?
I contributed to, and the Department of Juvenile Justice does, to our focus on the front end and prevention. Last week I talked about the prevention programs and the effective intervention programs that we have. So again, trying to keep kids from coming into the system through prevention programs like civil citation, and keeping those kids who are in the system from going deeper into the system.
Well, the governor talks about the state record of 40 years. How about St. Lucie County?
Yes, good. I am so glad you asked that question because I do have those numbers. And all of the information that I am reporting out can be found on our DJJ website, and it is open to the public. You can go on and select under Research Delinquency Profile. So the Department of Juvenile Justice has this delinquency profile, which highlights the numbers of arrests as well as number of youth that are arrested on in a 5-year time span based on fiscal years. So our fiscal year is July 1st through June 30th. So for St. Lucie County, the most current fiscal year is 2015-16, and the number of arrests in St. Lucie County declined over a 5-year period by 26%.
Okay, very good.
Over a 5-year period.
Very good. Tell me, during the holiday season, is there more or less problems? You sense any uptick during the holiday season?
During the holiday season, if we see any upticks, it's usually around petty thefts, going into Walmart.
Trying to get those gifts the cheap way, right?
Yeah, yes. So although we see a decline in arrests, we also see a decline in the number of youth that are committing the arrest. So your arrests are going to be more than the actual number of youth. So in St. Lucie County, over a 5-year period, we've seen a 34% decline in the number of youth. Now, one thing about that's also interesting is we look at the actual age population from 10 to 17. So in St. Lucie County during this same 2015-16 fiscal year, we also saw an increase in the actual number of kids between that age of 10 to 17. So although the population increased during that time period, the number of youth committing arrests during that time period declined. What's also interesting, too, is in order to be able to, so, numbers can be kind of misleading because it doesn't necessarily mean that all crimes are actually down. So you have to go in and take a look at the actual crimes. So for St. Lucie County, for felonies are actually up. And for St. Lucie County, so felonies are up by 24% based on the last, in comparison to the last fiscal year. Okay, but over the last 5-year time period, they're down 15%. Misdemeanors continue to decline. Over the last 5 years, they're down 47% here in St. Lucie County. But when I look at one of the reasons, when you dig down, and what's really interesting about what's on our website is you can find out the whether it's males or females, races, and you can find out in particular what crimes are up. So for felonies, we see that burglaries are up in St. Lucie County, and they actually increase in comparison to the last fiscal year, 115% increase, which is very significant. But sometimes when you look at the numbers, it went from 66 arrests for burglaries to 142. So that is one of the reasons why we see felonies up. Another reason is auto thefts are up. In comparison to I'm looking at the last two fiscal years, 14-15 and 15-16, they're up 133%.
Lock those cars, right? Keep the keys out of the cars, yeah.
And I think in Port St. Lucie, and I remember the chief reporting that at one time in Port St. Lucie, even with the adults, they were seeing an increase in auto thefts. And one of the things that we can do is we can lock up our vehicles, and you'd be surprised how many people leave their tablets, their iPads, their laptops, things of valuable,
right in eyesight,
actually in your vehicle. And so those are some of the things that law enforcement is really big on trying to teach us prevention and being able to
help yourself out. I mean,
yes.
help yourself by trying not to get robbed, by not letting that iPad be laying right there. Oh, there's an iPad. Let me break in here and get it.
Imitation.
Not that they should break it and get it, but still, don't leave it there.
Right. Exactly. But it's still the prevention part. Another crime that we saw a 240% increase in St. Lucie County. 240% went from 5 arrests the last fiscal year to 17. So that's not that many as far as the number of arrests.
It's a higher percentage, but not necessarily the units itself.
Right. Felony vandalism.
Felony, what would that include, for example?
Vandalism, that's when you're out there tearing up stuff.
But felony means it's so many
of
dollars.
A higher value, yes. So that was a really interesting increase. And it's interesting to actually read the arrest affidavit so you can see what the details are of those.
Do you have numbers on the kids who create these crimes or who take part in these crimes? What kind of a family do they have? Are you aware of what the surroundings are where they live?
Yes, so we can pretty much, our youth that are out there. I mean, we've got all of St. Lucie County, so we've got folks living in Port St. Lucie as well as Fort Pierce. And so a lot of times we have kids that are, committing arrests. They don't necessarily have to be from single-family homes. They could be from a regular home with 2 parents, but a lot of times you do see those kids that are coming from the
Well, it's the
single
holiday
parent
season.
homes.
Certainly, everybody's out there trying to have a good time, and people are having things brought to their house, put on the doorstep,
Yes.
when there's nobody home to
Yes.
collect them. And
Prevention.
Prevention's a very big one. Well,
Yes.
Wydee'a, thank you so much for coming in today. Just remind us one more time how they can see these things online.
Yes.
Give us your address and things of that nature.
Yeah, so you can go to our DJJ website. You could either Google us or www.djj.state.fl.us. Once you go to the website, you want to look under research. The information that I just shared this morning is from our delinquency profile. If you want to contact me, you can call me at 772-429-2122.
Well, thank you, Wydee'a, and congratulations, by the way, for this great turnaround in what it
Yes.
looks like in a long time.
Yes,
Thank
it
you
is.
again for coming in and morning
Thank you.
conversation.
You know, when you guys were talking about the website, I went to DJJ, the website, and there's all sorts of ways that you can get involved. You can become a volunteer, become a partner, invest in children. And I like that one because you can invest in children. It's a children's license plate. And you can
Yes.
purchase it when you renew your registration or you just want to replace your current license plate. The monies will be going to after-school activities, mentoring, tutoring, job internships,
Yes.
youth summits, all sorts of ways to get involved if you don't want to be an outsider
Yes.
looking in. Okay,
Yes.
so go to the website, djj.com. Is it djj.com? .state.florida.us.
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
that's good stuff. But just put in DJJ. It'll
Florida
get you
Department of Juvenile
there.
Justice
It
will get you there.
All right on. Thanks a lot. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
8:23 now. We'll be right back.
Good morning. It's 8:24 on this Monday morning, 73 breezy degrees out there. Good day for flying kites, I guess. It's time for the news in 1590 WPSL, along with our news partners at CBS News Channel 12, the Florida News Network, and TC Palm. Florida's Cuban community and the state leaders are continuing to react to Friday's death of Cuban dictator Fidel Castro. Cuban Americans in Miami's Little Havana rallied for the third straight night last night in order to celebration of the demise of the ruler who forced so many into exile since 1959. Ryan Tannehill threw for 285 yards and 3 TDs for the Dolphins, who have won 6 straight. Is that real, G?
That is real, man.
6 straight. Yeah, to move to 7-4 in the season. Tannehill's not surprised by the way things have turned around. And for the Niners, that was a franchise record, 10th consecutive loss. I can see old, Joe Montana saying, "What the hell's happened to my team, man?"
Excuse me for a second, Paul. Just 1 second.
Oh, no.
Just 1 second, bro. We'll return your radios to its normal condition in just 1 second. Just give me 1 more second, Paul. Just let him sing the hook one time. Here we go.
Okay, that's it. A lot of Florida teams lost yesterday, G, but not your Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins #1.
And that's your sports.
All right, very good. Thanks, man. Excuse me for a second here. Hang on. Say what? All right, hang on. Okay.
Whose audition tape was that, G?
I don't know, but they got the job.
The Morning Show with Mr. G and Paul Stone. The talk of the Treasure Coast. 1590 WPSL.
Let's go back in the day, Paul.
Okay, we'll do that, G. 121 years ago, way back in 1895, the first automobile race was held. It took place over 52 miles of snowy roads from Chicago to Waukegan, Illinois. The winner was James Franklin Duryea. He won $2,000. It took him 7 hours and 53 minutes to complete the round trip. His average speed was 7.2 miles an hour. Not burning it up. 51 years ago in 1925, Grand Ole Opry made his first radio debut on radio station WSM, which stood for the world's sweetest music.
Oh, very nice.
68 years ago in 1948, the very popular Polaroid cameras invented by Edwin H. Land went on sale. Do you have one of those, G? Did you have a
I
Polaroid?
did have a Polaroid, the
Any of-
Swinger, wasn't it called? The Polaroid Swinger or something?
And camera. That's right. Did you have any? Have you saved any of those pictures? Are they still around?
There
I
may
think-
be somewhere.
I think a lot of the pictures just went away.
Yeah, I know.
52 years ago, in 1964, Willie Nelson made his debut at the Grand Ole Opry. He was probably high.
You think?
Yeah, maybe he's And 46 years ago, George Harrison, in 1970, sang "My Sweet Lord" and Elton John's "Your Song" were released. See here, G, we got one more here, I think. Yeah, 42 years ago, Elton John convinced John Lennon to perform on stage for the first time in years. John promised Elton he'd appear in the duet, "Whatever Gets You Through the Night," which went #1. What do you have for us today to bring this out on this Monday morning?
Some Charlie Brown action.
Charlie.
I love the scene where the little kids are dancing, though, and they do the little guy with the dirt wrinkles, Pigpen.
Yeah.
They just do that little Charlie Brown dance. But this is the part where I think he's actually picking out the tree. He realizes how sad the tree looks, and then they just start singing "Oh Christmas Tree" for some reason.
Yeah.
But they actually sell that tree now at Walgreens and Walmart.
Really?
Yeah. Just the one tree with the one little branch on it and a bulb. It's like, come on now. Wow. That's going to do it for us, Paul.
Have a good day, G.
We're WPSL Port St. Lucie. Today we are live, our Christmas Kids show. Akalina Bank and beautiful Fort Pierce. The Port St. Lucie High School Drama Department will join us there. We hope to see you. WPSL Port St. Lucie.